everyone. This is Ashley Hubner with Confessions of a Coach. I am here today with one of my good instructional coach friends, Shelly Baldwin. Shelly is going to talk to us about what instructional coaching looks like for her right now and what does this 21-22 school year look like, and just hope that maybe you can take some tips and tricks away from her and my conversation today. And maybe you're feeling some of the same things and that validates you in your feelings. And so we're just here to share a little bit about what's going on in the coaching world with Shelly. So Shelly, first start off telling us a little bit about you, where you're located, what does your coaching capacity look like right now, and just give us a little information about that.
Hi, everyone. So I'm excited to be here with my good friend, Ashley. And so I'm an instructional coach in Texas, and I guess more East Texas area. And my role is for reading language arts and social studies. I serve 2 campuses, and I work with K through 6 teachers in that role. And so currently we have several, well, I'm saying several, I really mean lots of new teachers to teaching this year that have really been my focus this year.
So about how many teachers are you have in a coaching cycle that you're working with?
I currently have about 4 that I'm in my coaching cycle with.
And what does that look like for y'all?
So my schedule is a little different because I do serve 2 campuses. So basically I'm on a campus 2 days each week. And so it is a little difficult to try to kind of meet with them on a regular basis because it's not the same 2 days every week. And so we do have scheduled times that we do plan to meet and discuss. And then when I am on campus, I'm in those classrooms as much as possible to model for them. And then we come back and debrief. We've been also using a video platform for me to record myself teaching and then upload those so that they can view them. And then we can have a discussion about that too. And that's been, I feel, beneficial because I can't always be there. But then they can see me teaching and modeling correctly.
I really like that because that also gives them a chance to kind of watch it independently and reflect on that and then practice a little bit in their classroom on their own after they've watched you without you having to come into their space and take over their classroom all the time. So it kind of gives them that space to explore and learn on their own and feel like they have a little bit of ownership. Can you tell us a little bit about the video platform that you are using and how that works?
Yes, so we're using SibMe as our platform. And so what we're able to do is create huddles with teachers. And so in my role, I'm the reading language arts coach, but we also have a math coach that serves the same 2 campuses. So we're partner coaches. And so we have a brand new kindergarten teacher. And so she teaches all the things. And so I am helping her with reading, but then she's also helping her with math. And so we've created a huddle that has all 3 of us in there. And so she's able to provide her math instruction and I'm able to provide her reading instruction. And so she's able to watch those when she has the time, but we can also, I love it because we can go in there and make comments like on certain parts of the video to say, watch how I do this part. Or what did you notice here, just so that we can have a reflection time later. I also like it because we can add in additional resources. It doesn't have to be videos for her to look at. So
that's awesome. So outside of the 4 teachers that you're really like hardcore coaching, working through, what are some of the other things that have fallen into your lap with the day-to-day task and what you're doing as an instructional coach this year?
Lots of things. I feel like because I am the reading language arts coach, like at one campus, they were wanting they had some money from their parent teacher organization to purchase books for the campus. So then it's kind of fallen on me to like find books that are appropriate for them and gather those lists and kind of see if they, work with the curriculum and how they look, and then get pricing on those books so that we can make sure that it falls into the budget that we have, and get that order kind of together to place on to the secretary so she can get it ordered. So, and kind of organizing that, and then just different things of, our PLCs that we sometimes have to work and get things ready for, looking at obviously the data, but helping teachers to look at that data. And then just sometimes it's just with people being out sick, we've had to be subs in classes and, help with kids that are having bad days. And so just really, you're just another teacher sometimes and another body in the room because we've had so many out sick. So.
Well, I love one that you are kind of that curriculum expert in your area so that you can support administration to making these decisions for their campuses about what books to use, what curriculum to use, how to implement it. That shows how important you are as part of the leadership team on that campus. And then the fact that you're willing to go into classrooms and sub shows just like the servant leadership that you have, and that, we're all in this together and we're going to work together and we're going to do what we can. What have been some of the biggest challenges you feel like y'all have faced this year? And what are some ways that y'all have figured out how to navigate that situation?
Well, so I feel like being split between two campuses, this is the first year our district is using this model. And this is also my first year as a coach. So for me, it's not as new as it is to others, but I still see how difficult it is to manage, because I feel like I get started and get going with one teacher really well, and I feel like we're making progress, and then I have to leave. And so that's a little frustrating and hard. And so because of the two campuses that I'm at, we have worked together. And so their planning times are the same in our upper grades for the most part. And so for my fifth grade teachers, I'm able to Zoom with them weekly on Zoom, whether I'm on the campus or not. And so that has allowed me to have more consistency with them, and that I can, work and plan with them weekly. And sometimes, things happen, but we make it happen either on, during their planning time or after school on that day that we have set aside. So that has been one solution. And then just using our calendars and really sending calendar invites to make sure that like I'm aware and they are aware, like I'm going to be on campus this day and I'm planning to come into your room. So it's not like, oh, I forgot. And, can we reschedule? So that we've been very diligent about making sure we get those things on our calendar.
It sounds like just all the technology that we've been able to experience over the last year through the pandemic out of necessity has really served a helpful purpose in a lot of the things that we're still trying to do as a coach in the pandemic. So I love that you use the Zoom to video conference still with the teachers and meet with them even when you can't be on campus. So that's great to keep that consistency in that relationship and keep moving forward in your work. You mentioned that you were a new coach this year. So I have a lot of new coaches that come to my newsletter, watch my videos and those kind of things. So what are some tips that maybe you could offer some new coaches, and especially maybe in the area of building relationships? Because that's what I hear is the hardest part. So the situation could be that they're coming straight out of the classroom into a coaching role. It could be that they've done another capacity and they're moving to a new campus that they've never been at. And, there could be pros and cons if you're staying on your own home campus or going to a new campus. Either way, but what are some tips or suggestions that you could offer, give advice for new coaches?
For building relationships specifically, I think it's just important for you to show them that you're there for them. And you have to be willing to get kind of down and dirty with them too, like get into that curriculum. What is it that they're doing? Show them that you're willing to come into their classroom and teach for them so that they can see how it might look. But I think just, and words words of affirmation or finding out what their love language is a little bit, and just knowing like, if they need that little praise and pat on the back, maybe they need just a little note, or, the other day I bought Starbucks for, a couple of my teachers just to say thank you, for working with me and just showing them a little love that way. So I think it's just little things. I also, we love food. So teachers, kind of love those snacks. So anytime I can, when I have a meeting and I know I'm going to be there, I will try to, bake something and just have something for them. I have a coffee maker and a microwave in my office. And so they can just come in anytime if they need to heat up their coffee or make a new cup. So it's just little things like that, I feel like, that help to build that relationship. But also, I don't limit my conversations with just the reading language arts teachers. I work, and I talk with all the teachers, and so that I can build those relationships with them, because you never know where they're going to be the next year. And so I just really try to take that time and just say, hi, how are you doing? And really just kind of keep going and build that relationship with them.
I like that. I always think that those moments that you may not think matter the most, like a hi in the hallway, a smile, how are you doing? Having come in my room, grab a cup of coffee. I mean, it's not coaching, but that's building the relationship. And so I think that is so important, just to see them as a person. They see you as a person, and you can just learn to, get to know each other.
Yeah.
So
one of my funniest stories this year was I was at a campus and I was talking with some teachers, and this person walked up and I was like, oh my gosh, how are you? I haven't seen you in forever. And was just like, and this other teacher was like, well, fine, I guess I'm just chopped liver, kind of thing. And so I said, oh, you just wait, so I made the biggest deal when I came back to the campus, because it was almost a week before I was back at that campus. And like, I put my stuff down. I didn't even make it to my office, and went into her room and made the biggest deal. And she's like, I thought you would forget. And I said, no, I'm not going to forget about you. And I just made the biggest deal. And so like, ever since then, I just feel like we've just had, even a closer relationship. And she's not even a reading language arts teacher, but it's just building those relationships, and I guess to following through with what you say you're going to do, so that they know you're there for them.
I love it. Thank you so much, Shelly, for being here today and talking to us a little bit about your coach capacity. What does that look like for you? And just sharing some of that advice about how to build those relationships and just different ways to work with teachers. We're all trying to think outside the box right now and figure out new and inventive ways to continue that coaching. And I think you offered us some good advice today. So thank you for being here.
You're welcome.